ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। अखंडमंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। सुसुखनिभृतचेतास्तद्व्युतस्तान्यभावोऽप्यजितरुचिर्लीला कृष्णसारस्तदीयम्। व्यदनुतकृपया यः तत्त्वदीपं पुराणं तम् अखिलवृजिनघ्नं व्याससूनुं नतोऽस्मि। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तर्वोऽभिनेतुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकमध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्। श्रीसच्चिदानन्दघनस्वरूपिणे कृष्णाय चानन्दसुखाभिवर्षिणे विश्वोद्भवस्थाननिरोधहेतवे नुमो वयं भक्तिरसाप्तये निशम्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णायाक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्रीगणेशशारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवाय गुरवे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवतं साक्षात् प्रत्यक्ष कृष्ण एव। The entire Srimad Bhagavatam, 5,76,000 aksharas, 12 cantos, 335 chapters, and 18,000 verses, is all one Maha Mantra depicting Paramatma Sri Krishna. So we are going to look at a couple of verses from the Bhagavata Mahatmya before looking at the summary of the entire first chapter. There Suta says, Prita Shaunaka Chittete Hete Vachmi Vicharyacha. Suta replies to Shaunaka saying that I am certain that there is love in your heart for Sri Krishna, and therefore Sarva Siddhanta Nishpannam Samsara Bhayanashanam. After due deliberation, I am going to tell you what is the essence of all established conclusions of the Shastras. Bhakti Yoga Vardhanam Yacha Krishna Santosha Hetukam. Because when I am going to tell you whatever I am telling, that is going to remove all the fear of samsara, and also it will decrease the devotion and attract Sri Krishna to hear you attentively. Kalavyala Mukhagrasa Trasandirnasya Hetave Srimad Bhagavatam Shastram Kalaukirena Bhashitam. So this scripture, Shastram, Bhagavatam Nama, was expounded in the sage of Kali by Kira. That is another name of sage Shuka. And the purpose was to completely destroy the fear that is caused by the passage of time. Etasmadaparam kinjit manashuddhyena vidyate. Manashuddhyay, there is no other means that is conducive for the purification of Antakarana. One gets to hear Srimad Bhagavata only by the virtue earned in one's past lives. Janmantare bhavet punyam tada bhagavatam labhet. And the sages considered this Srimad Bhagavata as Sakshat Sri Krishna. Menire Bhagavad Drupam Shastram Bhagavatam Kalau. Pathanat Shravanat Sadyo Vaikuntha Paladayakam. Reading it or hearing it, one gains the wisdom of Vishnu. So that is what the Bhagavata Mahatmyam says. Now we will look at the first verse. Janmadyasya yatonvayat itaratascarteshvabhijñaswarat tene brahmahridaya adikavaye muhyandi yat surayah तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. And the Anvaya would be Vayam Param Dhimahi Katam Bhutam Param Satyam. So we meditate upon the absolute reality. Kutaha, why? Yatra Trisargaha Amrisha. Atra Drishtantaha Yatha Tejo Varimrudam Vinimayaha Punah Kidrisham Svena Dhamna Sada Nirastakuhakam Yataha Asya Janmadihi Artheshu Anvayat Itaratascha Abhijnaha Surat Yaha Yat Surayaha Muhyanti Tad Brahma Adigavaya Hridaya Tene. That is the Anvaya. The meaning is, let us meditate or contemplate or inquire into the nature of this absolute reality called Sri Krishna, from whom emerges the creation, preservation and destruction of this universe, as can be inferred from his presence in all that exists and his absence from all that does not exist. Bhagavan is both the nimitta and upadana karana, instrumental and material cause of this universe. And he is Swarat, all-knowing and self-luminous, who is revealed to the first wise Adikavi, that is Chaturmukha Brahma. Through his heart, he revealed the Veda, about which even the learned ones are confused, deluded. Resting on whom the creation of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, appears real like the apparent transmutation of the light, water and earth, just like the appearance of sun in mirage, etc. And who by his lustre has always dispelled illusion, and in whose light of consciousness there is no place for anything false. So that is the general meaning of the verse. Sridhara especially states that he is following the traditional interpretation that was taught by his own guru. The name of Sridhara's commentary is called as Bhavartha Deepika. This is what he says. Sampradaya Paurva Auparya Anusarnataha Sri Bhagavada Bhavartha Deepikeyam Pratanyate. And according to Sridhara, this Satyam, Param Satyam, or the reality, is both immanent and transcendent. The universe which we see originates from Bhagavan, is sustained in Bhagavan, and finally dissolves in him. This problem of transcendence and immanence of the divine has been a challenging for all the sages of all sampradayas. And the varieties of solutions to this problem suggested by these rishis suggest that diversity is never in conflict with unity. So during this world process, according to Sridhara, Brahman, which is the cause, is eternally established in its original grandeur without compromising his original state. And the world process being traceable to this cosmic illusion, Sridhara says that, number one, Bhagavan is the cause and the universe or the Jagat is the effect. And he, being the cause, is in all the things, because the cause always follows the effect. But because the effect is different from cause, the effect or the Jagat is always different from Bhagavan. And also, because this universe is made of parts or composed of several segments, its creation, etc., is only due to his presence. This can be reduced by what is called as Anvaya and Vidraka, or positive and negative proofs. But he could also be seen apart from this Prakriti or nature or Pradhana or the Jiva. As he is self-luminous, he sustains himself. and he is also all-knowing on his own accord. Hence, neither Prakriti nor Jiva are worthy of contemplation. That is why Satyam Param Dhimahi. Only Bhagavan is worthy of our dhyanam or chintanam. And Sridhara concludes that this word Dhimahi in this verse shows that the Purana deals with the science of Paramarthikam Satyam, absolute reality. He quotes the Matsya Purana and other Puranas for supporting this view. Now, this first verse of Bhagavatam, it presents a profound worldview that explains the human condition in this creation. It talks of all existence, all life, originating in one single source, described as Sat Chid Ananda, truth, consciousness, and happiness. The manifestation of any effect from an unmanifest state is basically an action. Without action, that manifestation is not possible. Like a pot, if it has to become out of clay or a chain from a lump of gold, a conscious actor is necessary behind that action. That action can originate only from a conscious being. Likewise, this vast creation is an effect coming forth from the action of Bhagavan, which originates from this vast consciousness presented here as Satyam, because it is a non-sectarian truth. Action has also to be impelled by a power that also is identical to the same consciousness. That power manifests as threefold, as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, so as to create, preserve, and then finally to resolve the existent unto itself. So these three manifestations of that one absolute consciousness is the first step from Nirguna to the Saguna, from the unmanifest to the manifest state. If you carefully observe, we can see how this samashti kriya or this gigantic process on a universal proportion is simulated in the lifespan of an individual as Veshti kriya, a minuscule individualized process, because he is but a part and parcel of that absolute consciousness. In this parallel, we can see how consciousness makes a human being aware of how under the spell of the Trigunas, he also creates, he preserves, and he resolves objects both inwardly in his mind and outwardly in the external world. By divine grace, the individual undergoes Nitya Pralaya every single day when he goes to bed. And when everyday's experiences are resolved in himself, he revels and enjoys his absolute blissful state as Sachidananda in Sushupti. This is comparable to the Naimittika Pralaya when Brahmaji goes to sleep and the cosmic existence is dissolved for a duration of his long night, as the Gita says, Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam. And then again in Mahapralaya, at the end of Brahma's lifetime of 1,000 divine years, the entirety of all existence along with Prakriti and Kala or time merges back into the ultimate unmanifest form of Mahavishnu. So the originating consciousness is Mahavishnu, and his three emanations are Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Rudra, wherein finally dissolves all existence. This dissolution is at the time of the great deluge Pralaya, when Mahavishnu withdraws all existence into himself and resumes once again his original, single, unmanifest, eternal form. So this is the gist of the first verse. When you resolve that samashti in Veshti, when this realization comes to us, that is when we say, we call it as Bhagavad Prasada. When you are able to see this, a kind of cheerfulness and acceptance of God will comes into your life and you become a prasanna chitta. The second verse, धर्म प्रोज्झित कैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यः हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिस्तत्क्षणात्. The Anvaya is Atra Bhagavate Mahamunikrite Srimad Bhagavate Nirmatsaranam Satam Paramaha Uttamaha Dharmaha Nirupyate Katham Buddhaha Saha Dharmaha Projjita Kaitavaha Atra Vastavam Vastu Vedyam Shivadam Tapatrayonmulanam Paraihi Ishvaraha Hridihi Sadhyaha Avrudhyate Kimva Atra Susrushabihi Kridibhi Tatkshanat. So that is the Anvaya, which means here in this celebrated book, the Bhagavatam, which is composed by the great sage Vedavyasa, the highest dharma or duty, which is completely free from deceit, kaitavam, that is the interest in worldly pursuits. It is the dharma of the righteous, of the good people who are free from matsarata or envy, and hence they are compassionate towards all beings. Here the thing to be known is vastavam vastu, the absolute reality, or it is the individual soul when a part of this thing or reality is meant. It is maya or cosmic illusion when the power of the thing is implied. It is the universe when its effects are understood. The non-difference of these all from the absolute reality can be easily understood in this text, and also the reading of which gives the highest bliss and destroys the three kinds of misery. Can Bhagavan be realized in the heart immediately by the teaching of other texts other than Bhagavatam? Surely no. But in this Bhagavata, Ishvara can be so clearly understood at once by the meritorious who have a desire to hear and study this text. Other texts are of no use, that is what is implied. People in whom the desire to hear Bhagavatam arises because they are kritibihi, they are blessed, because immediately Krishna enters their hearts as soon as they start the Sravanam or listening of this Purana. The second verse also describes Anubandha Chadushtayam, which means four things. One is Vishaya, the subject matter or the main topic of Bhagavatam. Number two, Sambandha or the means to achieve the topic of Bhagavan, which is Bhagavan. How do you achieve him? Three, Adhikari, the qualifications of the listener who is the seeker. And number four is the Prayojanam or the objectives of this Puranam. All that is explained in this second verse. So here in the beautiful, profound Bhagavatam is taught the path which leads to the attainment of the Supreme Lord, or that which controls the moral downfall of man or completely destroys his sins and completely absolves one of kaitavam, hypocrisy, or the ego of being the doer of actions, and which makes one perform actions without any hankering for the fruits. This path or dharma is highest because due to the performers or doers offering of all the actions to Ishvara, it destroys the enemy, that is the cycle of samsara of the soul. Hence this path or dharma is characterized by devotion or bhakti or upasana. Those who have accumulated enough merits, they are called kritibihi and are free from envy, nirmatsaras. They are only eligible for this dharma. The object of knowledge is the eternally existing, flawless reality, imparting the highest happiness, uprooting all the three types of miseries. And this treatise text called Bhagavata, composed by the great sage, if properly studied with disciplined intellect and adopted in one's life by serving a spiritual teacher, then Ishvara is immediately chained in the heart at once by the ties of love and devotion. Such devotees can visualize the Lord the very moment they are introduced to this Bhagavatam. So this shows the greatness of Bhagavata Puranam among all the texts or Shastras of Jnanakanda. And the desire to listen this Bhagavata Puranam does not arise without punyam or meritorious action. Lord Krishna, who was described in the first verse, he gets instantaneously bound in the heart of those who desire to listen to this Bhagavata Puranam. What of those who are intent on hearing and then studying it? The repetition of the words showing instantaneous result, which is sadhyaha or tatshanam, shows how very quickly Bhagavan's presence is established by listening to Bhagavatam. This immediate fulfillment of the objective proves that Bhagavata Purana is superior to all other Shastra or all other scriptures. Hence, it is termed as Nigama Kalpataror Galidam Phalam in the next verse, which is Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Sukamukadamrutadrava Sanyutam Pibada Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Aho Bhavukaha Rasikaha Nigamakalpataroho Phalam Bhagavatam Alayam Muhuhu Pibada Sukamukhat Bhuvigalitam Amritadrava Samyutam Rasam. So, which means this Bhagavata Purana is the ripened fruit of the Kalpataru or the wish yielding tree of the Vedas, which has been dropped down from the mouth of sage Shuka, and that is full of Amrita Rasa or the juice of highest happiness. Hey Rasikaha, who appreciators of beauty or connoisseurs of its peculiar excellences, you should drink constantly this Bhagavatam. By this, Vyasa is according an invitation to those who love sacred things in this life and also who desire heavenly pleasures after death. Dharma gives adrishtam phalam or unseen results when performed. But the fruit of bhakti is drishtam, it is visible. The joy of beholding Ishvara, the joy of smaranam, remembering him, archanam, worshipping him, namajapam, chanting his name, all these joys are instantaneously felt by bhakta because it is given by bhakti immediately. It shapes the antakarana in such a way that we also obtain the joys of the other world. Jnana of the Bhagavatam dispels moha or vanity here and now, and bhakti accompanies us to whichever world we go. That is the first three verses of Bhagavatam, which are very important verses. Hereafter we have the geographical setting of Bhagavatam, which is presented in the fourth verse. Naimishe animisha kshetre krishayas shaunakadayaha satram surgaya lokaya sahasrasamamasata. Animisha kshetre naimishe shaunakadayaha rishayaha surgaya lokaya sahasrasamam satram asata. That is the Anvaya. So in the Naimisha forest, which is a sacred place of Animesha or Vishnu, the sages led by Shaunaka, they held a yaga or a sacrificial session lasting for 1000 years, which is called a satram. Why? For attaining the heavenly abode of Vishnu. Swaha giyate iti swargayaha Vishnu, swargaya lokaya. To attain the abode of Vishnu, they did this yaga. Here Sridhara quotes the authority of the Vayu Purana, which states that when some sages went to Brahmaji for a suitable place for performing a sacrifices, Brahma creates a wheel, a chakram, and then asked the sages to follow it till it comes to a standstill. This wheel, owing to the breakage of its rim, stopped at the place which is called as Naimisharanyam. That is why they chose this place to listen to this Bhagavatam and to do this Satram. So those sages, what did they do? That is explained in the 5th verse. Ta ekadadu munayah pratarhutahutagnayah satkritam sutamasīnam papruchchiridamādarat te pratarhutahutagnayah munayah tu ekada asinam sutam satkritam ādarat idam papruchuhu. So those sages who had offered their morning duties, oblations, both the daily routine and the special Naimittika routines of the sacrificial session, they found that Suta had arrived in that place. So they respectfully asked Suta, by hospitably receiving him and making him comfortably seated. Sukham asinam. Papruchuhu. They asked. What did they ask? That is the 6th verse. Rishaya uchuhu tvaya khulu puranani setihasani chanagha आख्यातान्यप्यधीतानि धर्मशास्त्राणि यान्युत. हे अनघ, त्वया खलु सेतिहासानि पुराणानि उत यानि धर्मशास्त्राणि तानि अधीतानि आख्यातानि च अपि. That is Anvaya. Hey Anagha, O sinless one, the epics, the Puranas, along with history, Itihasa, like the Mahabharata, and Smriti, law books composed by sages like Yajnavalkya, Manu and others, they all have been very well studied by you. Not only they have been studied by you, O Suta, but you have also done Vyakhyanam. They have been expounded, narrated by you. Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anyecha Munayasuta Paravaravido Viduhu Vethatvam Saumya Tatsarvam Tatvadat Tadanugrahad Bruyusnigdhasya Shishyasya Guravo Guhyamapyuta. That is the 7th and 8th verse. Anvaya is, He Suta, Vidam Sreshtha, Bhagavan Badarayanaha Yani Veda Paravaravidaha Anye Muneha cha Viduhu. Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Muneha e Viduhu Tat Sarvam Tatvadaha Tad Anugrahat Tvam Vetha Snigdhasya Shishyasya Guravaha Atyantam Guhyam Api Rahasyam Bruyuhu. So he is saying, Hey Suta, whatever the respectable Badarayana, your great Guru, who is the greatest among all the learned ones, knows, and whatever the other sages who possess this Sadguna and who know about the both Para-avara, the Saguna and Nirguna aspects of Brahman have known, hey gentle one, you completely know all that accurately through Vyasa's grace. Why? Because a teacher will disclose even the deepest secret to an affectionate student like Suta. Tatra tatranjasayushman bhavadayadvinischitam pumsam ekantatasreyas tannas shamsyutum arhasi. That is the 9th verse. Hey Ayushman, bhavata tatra tatra anjasa sakshat pumsam ekantataha shreyaha yad vinischitam tat na shamsyutum arhasi. O long-lived one, you are fit to tell immediately what is entirely for the good of this world, as has been properly decided by you directly from the Puranic texts. So whatever you deem correct, please instruct us. Why we need to be instructed? Because prayenalpayushas sabhya kalovasmin yuge janaha Mandaha Sumanda Matayaha Mandabhagya Hyubadrutaha. He sadho, Asmin Kalau Yuge Janaha Prayena Alpayushaha Mandaha Sumandamatayaha Mandabhagyaha Upadrutaha. That is the reason why you have to tell us. Why? Because in this Kali age, O respected one, men are generally short lived. They don't have a long lifespan and they are lazy. They don't want to go to the entire text. So you have to give them the essence. And they are of dull intelligence and they are unfortunate victims of diseases. भूरीणि भूरि कर्माणि श्रोतव्यानि विभागशः अतः साधोत्र यत्सारं समुद्धृत्य मनीषया ब्रूहि न श्रद्धदानानां येनात्मा संप्रसीदति. श्रोतव्यानि विभागशः भूरीणि भूरि कर्माणि अतः हे साधो अत्र यत्सारं तत् मनीषया समुद्धृत्य श्रद्धदानानां नः ब्रूहि येन आत्मा संप्रसीदति. So if you have to understand the truth, numerous are the Shastric texts and numerous are the religious rites, karmas, requiring a number of technical knowledge and which has to be heard in detail. Hence, Hosuta, after determining what is essential, what is the essence out of this, by your keen intelligence, tell us the essence so that our minds, our Atma can be completely soothed. It can become prasanna. Suta janasi bhadram te bhagavan sattvatam patihi devakyam vasudevasya jado yasya chikirshaya. He Suta, tvam bhadram janasi sattvatam patihi vasudevasya devakyam yasya chikirshaya jataha. He Suta, you also know the objective or the reason why Bhagavan Krishna was born among the Sattvatas, who are the protector of his worshippers. And you also know the reason why Krishna was born on Devaki and Vasudeva. Hence, tell us that in detail. Tanna susroshamananam arhasi anganu varnitum yasya avataro bhutanam क्षेमाय च भवाय च. हे अंगसूता, शुश्रूषमाणां नः तद अनुवर्णितुम् अर्हसि यस्य अवतारः जन्म क्षेमाय भूतानां भवाय च अस्ति. You will be pleased to describe to us, as we are very desirous of hearing about Sri Krishna, whose avatars, incarnations, is for the good and for the prosperity of the entire universe. Apannas samsrutim ghoram yennam vivasho grinan tatas sadyo vimuchyeta yadbibed swayam bhayam. Ghoram samsmritim apannaha vivashaha yennam grinan sadyaha vimuchyeta swayam bhirapi yadbibheti. A person who has fallen into this dreadful circuit of samsara is totally helpless, and in that utterly helpless state, if he takes Hari's name, then immediately he becomes freed from that problems. Why? Because even fear itself is afraid of Bhagavan and his name. Yat pada samsraya suta munaya prasamayanaha sadya punantyupasprishtah surdhinya ponu sevaya. हे सूत यत् पादसंश्रयाः प्रशमायनाः मुनयः उपस्पृष्टाः सद्यः पुनन्ति सुर्दिन्यापः तु अनुसेवया पुनन्ति. So, if you take resort to the feet of sages who have surrendered their lives to Bhagavan, and therefore who are the abodes of tranquility, they can immediately purify you by their mere presence when you approach them. Whereas the water of divine Ganges will sanctify you only if you come into contact with Ganges. Here, Vyasa is pointing out the greatness of satsanga to Tirtha Sevanam or visiting pilgrim centers like Badrigashramam, etc. So the actual service of devotees can be more fruitful. को वा भगवतस्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेढ्य कर्मणः शुद्धिकामो न शृणुयात् यशः कलिमलापहम्. So why is that the sages are asking for the stories of Krishna? Because शुद्धिकामः कः वा पुरुषः तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेढ्य कर्मणः भगवतः कलिमलापहम् यशः न शृणुयात्. What kind of person who is desirous of antakarana shuddhi or purity of heart will not listen to the glory of Sri Krishna, whose leelas or deeds are praised by great sages, because it is the glory of Krishna's actions that cleanses the sins of Kali Yuga. तस्य कर्माण्युदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः ब्रूहि न श्रद्धदानानां लीलया ददतः कलाः. लीलयाः कलाः ददतः तस्य सूरिभिः परिगीतानि उदाराणि कर्माणि श्रद्धदानानां नः ब्रूहि. Ho Suta, describe to us who are extremely eager to hear his great leelas, which are praised even by the learned ones, sages like Narada, Vyasa, Brahma, etc., and whose leelas assume various different varieties. Atha kya hi harer dhiman avatara katha shubha leela vidadada swairam ishwarasyatma mayaya. He demon, atha atmamaya swairam leelaya vidadadaha ishwarasya harehe shubhaha avatarakataha akhyahi. O Suta, therefore, describe to us fully the narratives of the incarnations of Sri Hari, the supreme ruler, whose power is called as Maya, and who indulges at will in his leelas or pastimes. Vayam tu na vitripyamaha uttama sloka vikrame yat shrunvatam rasajnanam स्वादु स्वादु पदे पदे. उत्तम श्लोक विक्रमे वयम तु न वितृप्यामः यत् शृण्वतां रसज्ञानां पदे पदे स्वादु स्वादु. We, however, do not feel thorough satisfaction in hearing about his leelas, which, according to the listeners of or rasajñas, are of increasing sweetness. कृतवान् किल वीर्याणि सह रामेण केशवः अतिमर्त्यानि भगवन् गूढः कपटमानुषः. गूढः कपटमानुषः भगवान् केशवः रामेण सह अतिमर्त्यानि कृतवान् किल. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Being, concealed in a human form, had certainly performed superhuman acts of heroics along with Sri Balarama. कलिमागतमाज्ञाय क्षेत्रेऽस्मिन् वैष्णवा वयम् आसीना दीर्घसत्रेण कथायां सक्षणा हरे. वयं कलिमागतमाज्ञाय अस्मिन् वैष्णवे क्षेत्रे दीर्घसत्रेण आसीनाः अतः हरेः कथायां सक्षणा स्मः. We, apprehending the arrival of this Kali age, have engaged ourselves in a sacrificial ritual of a very long duration in this Naimisharanya consecrated by Lord Vishnu. Hence, we have enough time, we have sufficient leisure to hear the story of Hari. Tvam nas sandarshito dhatra dustaram nistitirshatam kalam sattvaharam pumsam karnadhara ivarnavam. Dhatra pumsam sattvaharam arnavam sagareva dustaram kalim nistatirshatam naha karnadhareva tvam sandarshitaha. By the Creator, you have been clearly pointed out to us as the helmsman of a ship to us who are desirous of crossing this ocean of Kali, which is very difficult to be crossed over as it deprives the seekers of their goodness or strength. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharmavarmani Swam Kashtam Adhuno Pete Dharmakam Sharanam Gadaha. योगेश्वरे धर्मवर्मणि ब्रह्मण्ये कृष्णे अधुना स्वां काष्ठाम् उपेते सति धर्मः कं शरणं गतः ब्रूहि. Tell us to whom dharma or righteousness has now taken shelter for refuge when Krishna, the master of yoga, who is well versed in the Vedas and the protector of dharma, has returned to his Swarupam. So this is the essence of the first chapter. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam नायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्ति सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति.